Yeah, I just want to elaborate on this thing in the Ukraine, because to me it's no different than the Boston bombings or 9/11 or any of that stuff. This is a natural occurrence. The difference is that there's people that know where these things are happening, and so they build cover stories around them. There ain't anybody we know in the Ukraine that can verify this, that somebody dropped anything. I can tell you by the colors that that's neutrinos. All of these fires that are breaking out are all the same color. And don't think this is the last one. Now, guys like Jones are going to capitalize on this and run the fear fucking machine. They know that this stuff has happened naturally. This planet is coming apart. Biblically, the first time it was destroyed was with water. If you read in the end, what happens to it? It gets burned up. But in the process of it getting burned up, it creates a new one. So this has nothing to do with man. It has everything to do with a real big electrical system. Or as George Carlin likes to disguise Saturn, he calls it the big electron. Do you know that an electron is a negatively charged particle? We are tied to that fucker. And so if there is a massive drain on this planet, just like the cartoon that I showed you with the Jewish Saturn with the magnet and the cows, which are the muons, and all the other little things flying up in the air, it's because the magnetic resonance of this planet is coming apart. But it's the thing of it is that through its destruction, it creates a whole new one. The Jews know this crap. That's why in the Kabbalah they keep saying 2017, 2018. They want to be in a specific area at a specific time, which is in that part of the Middle East. But this kind of crap, the people are going to capitalize on it. They're going to run amok with this crap. They're going to tell you that it's this country or that. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. The Boston bombing had nothing to do with anything because it had nothing to do with anything. Those are natural occurrences. That's why everything has to be photoshopped and CGI'd around them, because they're not real in the sense that somebody actually planted anything. See, remember what I told you earlier today? If they don't tell you the real story, you won't know where to be or what to do when the shit goes down. So they teach you all of this other crazy, stupid shit that don't mean nothing, but yet they keep the knowledge to themselves. They know these fucking things are going off, and they're not going to tell anybody. But what they will do is they'll use it to their advantage, to gain advantage. Just like on 9/11, the dudes that knew that the towers were going down went and bought stock in the airlines and made a shitload of money. Because they had advanced warning. They knew that shit was coming. It doesn't mean they had anything to do with the towers coming down. It's just taking advantage of a bad situation. Believe me, more of these things are going to start going off. Because we're nothing but a big fucking atom. That's what the Earth is. It's nothing but a big atom. It's doing what atoms do. It's reacting to forces that are being placed upon it. You know, but unfortunately, well, there's people here. And people will get hurt. I mean, isn't it funny that people had a camera pointed right exactly in the direction where that thing went off? Isn't that interesting? That somebody actually had it right there. Go back here. Here. One of these things went off a long, long time ago in 1912 or something like that? Go look up the Tunguska blast. They never found anything, and it flattened 20 square miles. I mean, literally, the trees were busting off because that's what happened. It wasn't a UFO. It wasn't any of that. We're nothing but a big fucking atom. And we're chained to fucking Saturn, and that's why we're a prison planet. Yes, there's a whole bunch of spiritual shit that goes with that too, because you're an electrical device yourself. So on a tiny, tiny level, you play into this whole thing. But that was not something that somebody dropped. And this character, George Soros, they keep saying, oh, he's the billionaire that's funding all of this. Go look up what a Soros is and see what it is in comparison to Saturn. A Soros is a cycle. And it's a cycle where the moon, you have to go read it, but the moon and, well, let me see if I can pull it up on here. Okay, let's look at this. Here. The Kali Yuga. Kali. Okay, that's a spirit that inhabits Saturn, whatever. Here's the word Soros right here. It's a time, but it says that the time is uncertain. But what's interesting is that here's the proximity of what they give it. 3,600 years. Okay, so there's that. Okay, according to blah blah monarchy, blah 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 blah. It has to do with the moon and with Saturn. Okay, so we know that George Soros is not anything. It's just the name of a fucking cycle. If you look down here, here's the Babylonian kings. Okay, these are all the different names, and then you get down to this guy. So this Babylonian king is warned by Saturn in a dream of an approaching flood which should destroy all of human life. Now remember, this happened before any biblical writings. Okay, before King James even. He is commanded to build a ship. Okay, the guy, he obeys and puts on board his wife, children, and friends. After a time, he sends out certain birds which soon return. A second time he sends them out, they return with only mud on their feet. On the third occasion, they return no more. I can't pronounce his name. And his wife and daughter, and interestingly, why are they using the word pilot? Because the Ark wouldn't have a pilot, because it's got no engine, it's got no way to direct itself. That's an interesting word, pilot. Leave the ship and are immediately translated to the sky. He addresses his friends from the sky, telling them that they were in here. Here you go. You love this. They were in Armenia. Okay. Yeah, Armenia. The Kardashians. And that they should return to Babylonia, and there they found a kingdom and a division of earth. So here's your fake Jews. These guys right here, the Armenians. Okay, which gets tied back to the Chaldeans, which get tied right back to the whole Saturn thing. This is a natural phenomenon that's happening. It's just that if you don't have the fucking records, and they don't give them to us because they give us bullshit science, you don't know. So you have to use your head and pay attention to every little fucking thing. Like color combinations. This isn't men doing this. This is a natural thing that's going on. You can call it a spiritual thing, but it's part of a system that is not being controlled by men. Men are being controlled by it. There's just men that are trying to take advantage of the twists and turns of it. But man is in no way going to be able to stop what the fuck's going on here. Not even Taboo 7. Dopes.